It's that time of the week, it's time to get wild. Peep wild, peep wild. As your teams are discussed in our unprofessional style. We're not here to pull punches, we're not here to play nice. We're here to talk football as your teams roll the dice. From transfers to matches, from rumors to stats. The lower league look, the place it's all at.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am on my own right now. I'm hoping to not be on my own for too long, but we'll see, won't we? Because sometimes it just turns out to be that way. We're going to be watching the Carlisle and the Barrow game, so I'm going to run through the teams for you now. The starting 11 for Barrow, who are at home tonight, hoping to really stick the dagger into to this Carlisle side. So we've got Paul Farman in net. I'm going to say surnames for the ones whose first names I don't know or can't pronounce. Farman in net, we've got Cameron Canavan, Niall Canavan, love a good Niall Canavan appearance. Cian Spence, we've then got Tyler Smith, we've got Williams, we've got Robbie Gotts, we've got Foley, we've got Emil Aqua, we've got Jackson, we've got Ben Whitfield, then we've look Stanway, Barnes, Fletcher, Newbert, Mahoney and Presley on the bench. For Carlisle, which, I mean, it does look like they've got a younger version of Sean Dyche in as manager, but obviously not. Carlisle lining up, they've got Breeze, Davis, Harper, Thomas, Lavelle, Guy, Dennis, Scott, Harris, Whelan, and Embleton. On the bench, Lewis, Vela. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Hugill, Ellis, Bevan, Wern, and Patching. The game has just kicked off. Carlisle are playing in their little greenish strip, and Barrow are in their white shirt and blue. Ooh, yeah, I tell you, a little bit of argy-bargy there. It's going to be feisty, this, isn't it? I've got it on my phone here, and I'm trying to get it up on here. Because if I get it up on here, I can watch here and I can talk to you like this, like some sort of reprobate. Guys, as always, the chat is open. I am open to guests as well. If you want to come on, let me know. How the fucking hell do I sign into Sky Go? So I sign into Sky Go, don't I, via the website, and then it links me out. I get it. Don't you worry. We might have some luck here. Carlisle and Barrow is showing on the website as a game because it's on Sky Sports Football. Beautiful. Let's see if we can get through this here. So a little bit of a knock off the ball there. Who's just gone down? Who's down? It's a foul against Carlisle. A free kick to Barrow out on the right hand side. Scott is the Carlisle player who is adjudged to have done something that he shouldn't have done. Could be Wits that he's taken out. No, I don't think it is. Wits will be further up the field than that. We'll find out, though, won't we? We'll find out very, 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 very soon. Who's got the ball? I don't know. Can't really see, if I'm being brutally honest with you. It's on a really small screen down here. So, guys, if anybody wants to come on, do send a message in the chat, and I'll fire you a link over if you want to come on, and we can have a little bit of a chat about what's going on in football. Oh my God, I'm gonna close this off. Because it's on there. Looks like it's filmed by a potato. Whitfield breaking down the wing, and it's gone out for a throw-in. Wits is going to take it. He's going to try and take it quick. By the way, for anyone who's not tried it yet, Pepsi, strawberries and cream. Didn't think I'd like it. Surprisingly, arousing. I'm joking. It's nice, though. I mean, if you're Carlisle, is Mark Hughes? I mean, we know Mark Hughes is an expensive appointment. Tyler Smith's just taken the ball down on the edge of the area. He's been adjusted to be offside. He's not offside there. That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm quite liking this Tyler Smith redemption arc over in Barrow. I've also got super flaming hot Max Doritos. They're quite good. Listen to the crunch. You hear that crunch? ASMR. not BDSM, as I found out last time. Carlisle bringing in Mark Hughes, fine. It's a very, very expensive gamble, isn't it, if it goes wrong? Oh, because he will be, without a doubt, the highest paid manager in League Two. He will be probably a record paid manager in the National League. Yes, Liv. I wish I was on commission. Just running through my snacks here. Back to the Pepsi. Strawberries and cream. I know you turned your nose up at it, Liv. Surprisingly good. Good evening to Fifey as well. Good evening, Fifey. If you are wanting to join, do join. I am open to guests. If not, it's going to be a lot of me talking. Oh, 5 minutes. The clock's just ticked over at 5 minutes. Not much has gone on. It's a free kick to Barrow. It was a long throw. Not quite sure why it's. He's gone through back of Canavan. Yeah, okay. Has he got a rolling contract? Is that what Hughes has signed? Interesting. Liv Fifey says, "Hey, Liv," and Liv says, "Hey, Fifey." What do you think of Bradford? Is it the chant? Am I supposed to go shit? And then you go, what do we think of shit? And I go, Bradford. Thank you. I might have had too much sugar. I mean, look, I'm a Bradford fan. A genuine answer. I'm a Bradford fan. I obviously want to see my club do well. Despite the stuff that I feel about the club off the field, it's still my club. So yeah, I think that there's never going to be a better year to do it. There's never going to be a better year to do it than this year. We are in full control right now of our last 13 games. So, you know, let's see. What do you guys think of Bradford? I think that's a good question. I think. Hang on 1 second. Yes, Fife, join. I put the link in our chat. Come on in. We'll duel. We'll watch 2 games. You can commentate on the Leicester game. I'll keep us updated on Carlisle and Barrow. We all know that one of them's proper football and the other one's not, but we'll let that slide for tonight. Ethan saying that I'm a huge Bradford fan and I'm getting excited at the minute. Carlisle, what are your thoughts? Yeah, just that. Ethan, if there's not going to be a better chance to go up than this year, Bradford are. We've clicked at the right time. We've got a really rough away form, but that has picked up lately. So yeah, I can't really complain. And the squad depth that we've got is just ridiculous. You saw it the other night. It was a little bit of a flat game. We should have been ahead, but we didn't take those chances. And then you end up bringing Jamie Walker off the bench, and Walker takes control and sets up. I mean, the hold off play to keep hold of the ball and then play it through to point and for the goal was just, it's everything that you need from players in that position. And we're lucky that we've got 3 or 4 that can do it. The thing for me, if we go up, is it's key to keep this squad together. Keep this squad together and build upon it. Just bring in a couple. I think there will be games you miss Cook. I think you're always going to miss a 20-goal a season striker. We've done what we've not done in years, and we've had midfielders and other positions step up and start scoring goals. We don't have that. I think when Cook got injured, I'm pretty sure not long before Cook was injured, I think Poynton was our second top goal scorer with 3. So other players have stepped up. So I'm delighted with that. We do need a goal scoring striker alongside Cook. If we're going to kick on next season like we want to, that is Barrow on the attack down the right hand side. Ben Whitfield's whipped it in. He's whipped it in. Emil Aqua. He's volleyed it. It's gone just left of the post. That was an unbelievable ball by Wits. Tyler Smith took it down, and Aqua's hit it across goal past the left hand post. Absolutely superb. Barrow are, I don't want to say all over them, because it's not that. In fact, it's a corner. It's a deflection. I'm pretty confident that's a deflection. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is. It's a deflection. It should be a corner to Barrow. Let's see if it's given. It is. But yeah, I think we still do miss Cook. Just to answer that question, we do still miss Andy Cook. Andy Cook is a player that, being brutally honest, people can say what they want about him. He walks into pretty much every team in this league. He does. Everyone wants an Andy Cook. Everybody wants a player that will. You can play shit. You can have a really rough run, and he'll drag you through it himself. You know, we got to the playoffs 2 seasons ago. He dragged us to those playoffs. Him and Harry Lewis, one person at either end of the pitch, really just dragged us. They were the only two players that season that really remained consistent throughout. It's nice to be talking about Bradford in that conversation. And it's also nice as a Bradford fan to be able to say, sort of with 13 games to go, sitting second in the league, that if we were to get the playoffs now, I'd be disappointed. That's a really, really good position to be in. We're not normally in that. We're normally kind of looking up to get there. Now we're kind of going, we're up there and we're going, we need to stay here. And if we don't get there, it's going to be a bit, I don't really want to think about it. So next 6 games are key. Massive, massive games for us. So let's see what happens. Anybody who's watching the game, do give me a shout. Let me know what you think. I agree, Ethan. I think Walsall... obviously we've got to keep our form up, but Walsall, they are dropping points. I know they've got Swindon coming up, and I wouldn't want to play Swindon yet. If I was them, with Walsall being kind of a little bit rocky, it's a game that they won't really want to be up against. So yeah, I think what we're 7 points off them now. Let's see what they do, because if they do drop points, we can easily close that gap. Unfortunately, we've played them twice, haven't we? So there's not really a 6-pointer with them. But I bet there'll be a couple more twists and turns as of yet. Wimbledon will have something in. Top 3, I think, is that. I don't know the order. I really don't know the order, but I would say for me right now, Bradford, Wimbledon and Walsall. And good evening, Fifey. How are we doing, mate?
I'm not too bad, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I've had a lot of sugar, and I am...
Oh, shit, sorry. For literally second word I've said is swearing. Apologies.
It's all right. Don't worry. Don't fucking worry, Pfeiffer.
I'm good, thank you, mate. It's I've got Leicester on here. I've got Barrow Carlisle on here. I'm on with you. I'll be honest though, I'm a bit tired today. I'm a little bit tired.
Yeah, your lad's 16th birthday, isn't it?
It's my lad's 16th birthday. We've just been out for a carvery. He chose carvery for his birthday meal.
You gotta love a carvery.
I love a carvery. So just come back from the carvery. He's gone upstairs to read his Harry Potter book.
Nice.
And
nice.
So I've got dual screen football on, chatting to you. And last night I was down at spent the day in London, or the afternoon in London. Went to Wembley to watch the Lionesses. Caught the last train home, which was like the sleeper train, if you like. So I got back to Leicester at 1:20, which means I stepped into my house at 1:55 this morning for my alarm to go off at 6 o'clock to go to work. Buzzing.
Beautiful. How was the Lionesses game? I know obviously they won, didn't they? Beat the world champions, I think.
They did indeed. It was an interesting one. It was a good competitive game. I was quite pleased with the level. I described it to a couple of people who I was talking to, including my sister who came with me. I thought Spain had better players, but England had a better team. The winning goal, they tried the girl, bless her, tried everything possible to miss it. But no, fair play England. They got the job done. Class moment as well. That the lights went out at Wembley in the middle of the game. Did
you expect the Undertaker's music to ding?
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you've seen that tackle in the Barrow game by Foley.
I just missed it because I was looking at the screen while I was talking to you. But I saw your reaction, so quickly sort of gazed back at the screen to have a look at it.
That is a Brexit challenge. He has absolutely thundercunted straight for him. That's a derby challenge, and guys, let's not forget. This is a huge local derby. Just the 89 miles separates these two clubs.
And as I was setting up, I did hear the comment about obviously only one of these is proper football. I do acknowledge that, but living in Leicestershire, I have to keep an eye on what Leicester are doing.
Oh, and don't get me wrong, I actually like Leicester. I think since
they'll be an EFL club next year.
Well, look, do you know what they got into the Premier League and they really upset the status quo, didn't they? And that's what I'll always really like Leicester. And plus, I've got Jamie Vardy. I'm from Halifax. You know, he's obviously he's not a Halifax lad, but he's a shithouse who played for Halifax, and that's what you like to see. And you want to see players go on and do better things. And yeah, so some questions that have been in the chat, Fifey, I'll ask you them. I've answered them.
Throw them at me.
Who's your current top 3 for automatics?
Well, I had the privilege, as you know, of hosting your 606 show on Sunday, and I brought this up myself. And I said I can see it being all changed. Unfortunately, I can see Walsall going up because I just think they've banked enough points that even if they have another dip, they won't get caught.
Sorry for anyone who's watching there. Barrow have just it's offside, but they've nearly scored. Again, another beautiful counter attack.
I think the other two change. I think I've told you for months now. I think Bradford go up, and I think Notts County go up automatically as well.
Well, that's only one of the other two changing then, because we're second, us.
Yes, I was still thinking back to how it looked on Sunday.
Yeah, because we went down Bromley, a team. Look, we've never played at Bromley, but that is the sort of game that we really don't win generally. So yeah, look, I mean, for me, a shithouse win, a 1-0 away from home is
a win. A win's a win at the end of the day. I don't care.
And I think that the difference for us this season as well is like I've seen a few times this season fan bases have said it, but it was kind of unanimous Bromley fans this week saying that Bradford are the best side that have gone there this season. Tyler Smith's breaking through. Oh, it's looped, but it hasn't gone in.
No. Safe hands.
Yeah, Tyler Smith, ex-Swindon, currently on loan from Bradford.
Yep.
You guys wanted him, didn't you, as fans? I think quite a few of you wanted to take him down Swindon.
Yeah.
Maybe not you, but your friends on Pools did.
There certainly was calls. There was calls because, you know, any striker on loan at Swindon that comes from Bradford is going to do well. But yeah, so that's my current top 3, and of course, I think it's important that you were just saying about wins away from home. I think it's important that we spend plenty of time on screen together because we're in the early stages of potentially planning some more time on screen together with Bradford travelling to Swindon in the not too distant, and of course we've got our love interests away from football with the Elimination Chamber this weekend. So there's been plenty of Liam and Fifey time.
We have got the Elimination Chamber this weekend, and then unfortunately you're not coming next month, but we've got we're going to Scotland for WWE Raw live in Glasgow, which is going to be good. Just this comment here, I didn't actually know this.
One sec. Oh,
I think I'm a bit.
Vardy was doing no. This was the Leicester game. Basically, if I do this, it's Barrow Carlisle. If I do this, it's Leicester West Ham.
That's what I said when I saw you going. Go on, and I'm like, Carlisle, I've got it in defence.
Yeah. No, Vardy was doing Vardy things, but unfortunately, Vardy is the only one in Leicester shirt of any quality, so no one was helping.
Yeah, I was just looking. Then I was thinking, I tell you what, Carlisle centre back's got this ball. We are about to see something phenomenal. Yeah, I didn't know this. Vardy was very close to go to Bradford once. How do you know that? What's the story? Share the story with us if you know it. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I know we're always linked with players at Halifax and things like that. So,
it's in the audience. Another pair of safe hands. I think I'm about 10 seconds ahead of you from what you've been saying, by the way.
About 3 or 4 there. That was. Wicks has got the balls cut inside. He's been tackled. Yeah. So about 3-4 seconds, I think. I'm quite surprised since Hughes has gone into Carlisle. We haven't seen Harry Lewis back in goal.
Yeah.
He was Mark Hughes' first signing when he came to Bradford. And I remember when he signed, people were kind of, who the hell's this guy? Because he'd obviously not played. He played, I think, in Dundee.
Yeah.
Indeed. Oh, indeed.
Oh, indeed.
It is 1-0
I
to
nearly
Carlisle.
reacted straight away, but I wanted to give the 3 seconds so you could react.
It's 1-0 Carlisle, and can we just acknowledge how good a goal that is? A team
Phenomenally
goal.
good goal.
It's Dennis. There were 2, possibly 3 back heels involved in that move. And then he's just placed it into the bottom corner. So
it starts in their own half. The player drives forward, gets the ball out wide. And then, again, from deep, he plays it inside. Deep. One little sort of Cruyff pass, another back heel pass. Dennis with a lovely touch. And under pressure from 2 defenders, very neatly finds the corner.
Yeah.
That's a very, very nice goal.
It's and that pass, the pass for that goal is unreal. Unbelievable. And then his composure. I mean, it's megged him as well. It hasn't just gone through his leg. It's not just gone back heel, sorry. He's megged him. Mm-hmm. And then the composure and the strength to stay on his feet and finish it into the opposite corner of where he's running, kind of against his momentum. Yeah. That's a huge, huge goal for the bottom end of the table.
This game suddenly becomes very, very interesting now.
Yeah, massively. And
of course, with the result midweek, this is absolutely gigantic for Carlisle.
Yeah. Thing is, it's been mainly Barrow as this.
Yes.
It's been pretty much all Barrow. So, we'll see what happens. There he is, Leslie Hughes in his turtleneck, loving life. So I'll hopefully be coming down to Swindon. I'll put it in my diary. I need to double check with the boss, but I'm pretty confident Carlisle on the attack. Barrow.
Let's get that holiday authorization now. She's watching.
She won't be watching. Liv does what she thinks I don't know.
Oh my God.
What have we missed?
Okay, so for every bit as good as the Carlisle goal is, West Ham have just taken the lead against Leicester, and it lacks every bit of quality.
Back heels.
No. So the ball, I will just check the replay to make sure that the ball comes. Leicester basically do what they've done all season and are the architects of their own downfall. Lose the ball in their own half. It gets played to the edge of the area. A shot comes in. It's gone through all the defenders. I'm just seeing it again now. No, he's not offside. Don't even get VAR involved in that stupid thing. But Leicester, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in the penalty area. They've let the ball work their way back to the edge of the area again. Edge of the 6-yard box. It's bounced around. A half clearance has come to... No, he's not offside either. I think it's Creswell, who's sort of spooned a shot in. The on-running West Ham players tapped it against the goalkeeper, who has made the save, but none of the Leicester players have followed it. And then one of the other West Ham players, Souček, who I believe also birthday today, I heard on commentary, has just tapped it in from 3 yards. But the one where I said from Creswell, there's 3 Leicester players stood in front of him, and they've all just let the ball go through the gap.
That's a League 2 defence, is that? Just this comment about Jamie Vardy here. I think it was pre-Fleetwood. He was scouted due to being local, but preferred the vision at Fleetwood and wanted to get out of Yorkshire. We'd have never, ever paid $1 million for him. We wouldn't have paid at that time. So the time he went to Fleetwood, Bradford hadn't paid for a player in nearly 10 years at all. And then I think we paid 35k for Jake Spate, I want to say it is. And that's it. I'm not doubting that we spoke to him, but I don't think we will have ever been in for him. Ethan saying he doesn't think Walsall will win more than 3 games till the end of the season. You think
they're not winning Saturday, that's for sure.
Well, I hope not.
You imagine how fun it will be then if they drop points at home to Swindon.
Imagine how happy I will be if they drop.
Put it this way: if Swindon win on Saturday, there's no way I'm being asked to host 606 again on Sunday.
But do you know what will happen? Swindon will win on Saturday, and we'll go and lose. Yeah, that's probably what will happen.
Who have you got Saturday?
Salford, early kickoff.
Oh, nice. Put the pressure on early as well.
Well, that's the thing. So we could be 4 points behind them for kickoff. That is, if we win on Saturday at Salford, the pressure they will feel going into that, because it'll be the first time this season they've felt pressure like it.
Yeah.
No one's breathed down their shoulders all season. down their necks.
I'm gutted as well because Walsall away is ideal for me. But like almost a year ago, I booked tickets to see Ian Sterling, the voice of Love Island. He's performing in Leicester
tonight.
Exactly. So I'm going to watch him instead.
Grant, when he was with his ex, Grant's very impressionable. So you can he's one of them where in fact I say one of them as in like it's a like a generalization. Grant literally when we're out, you can go Grant headbutt that road sign and he'll run and try and headbutt the road sign. He won't reach it. I found him in a trolley in the middle of the road when we went out in Hartlepool on a Monday night.
Just while I remember you saying about headbutting, are you a fan of the show A League of Their Own?
Yeah. Not so much now. The older stuff I prefer.
Okay, so I'm very much the same, but I've been recently, over the course of this week, been watching some of the compilations of some of the more recent stuff, and there was a compilation of the special where they went to Mexico.
Right, yeah.
And they're learning about this tequila cocktail that's famous out there. Obviously, it would be a tequila cocktail.
Absolutely, I love tequila.
So the guy does a jumbo one. I'm a fan of tequila as well. Although I have to say, since I've been introduced, I'm a bigger fan of tequila rose.
Oh mate! So by the way, I've got a bottle of tequila rose downstairs.
Very nice,
mate. I've got a blue raspberry tequila rose.
I will come back to my League of Their Own story. It might just be the lighting. Have you done something to your head?
No.
Or is it just the lighting? It looks like for me, on your right-hand side, the angle you're at, it looks like got a big cut down the side of your head.
This side?
No, it's not. No, your right hand. As I'm looking at you, so be your left. It might have just been the lighting, yeah. No, it's closer to your eye. I thought you damaged your head.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
It's just wrinkles, Five. You're pointing out my age. Thank you very much.
No. Anyway, so in this thing, and sorry for anyone who's not seen it yet, but I believe it was last year's special, so it can't really still be a spoiler.
Spoilers!
So this guy's showing them how to make the cocktail, and Jamie Redknapp's tried to keep up with Mika Richards, who's basically just got hammered on tequila very, very quickly. And so he's built this jumbo cocktail, and Jamie said, Micah, diving header into it. And he went, okay. And he jumped up to do a diving header on the bar, but headbutted the thing it was in. So Jamie just put his head in it, and he's headbutted the whole thing that it's in. And then he's like, him and it's Mo Gilligan, isn't it? The other guy who's been on it regular. He's like, what he did? He's like, I don't know. He said, I tried to play the big man, but it just went horribly wrong. So Jill Scott does it. Her whole head just fits in the thing.
I like Jill Scott.
I think she's funny.
Yeah, she is funny. Oh, Barrow almost there, just to the left of the post. But with Grant, so Grant is very impressionable. Like you can tell him to do something especially when he's had a drink, and he'll just do it. He won't, no questions asked. When we used to play Xbox with him, and it'd get to 1 o'clock in the morning, and the house would be deathly silent. One of us would just go, Grant, Love Island. And there'd be a silence, and then the loudest thing you'd ever hear was Grant going, "Good night on Love Island," and then he gets sent to bed because he used to get so fucking loud with it.
How is Grant? I've not spoken to him for a little while. How is he?
I haven't spoken to him much, if I'm honest. Oh, Foley's got a nice split above his eye there.
He's heard what I asked about yours. And
he's got my cut.
It's moved from your screen to his.
That is a bad cut, by the way. That's a slit on his eyebrow.
That's nasty, by the way.
Yeah, Witz is talking to the referee there, saying that there's got to be something done there. Let's see if we can see on a replay. It's Dennis, I think, that's caught him. Showing Dennis, so it's got to be.
Here's the replay now.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Oh, see, it is an elbow, but Dennis is in front of him, so I have he's not actively gone for it.
Yeah, but what? Give me a reason why Dennis has swung his arm there.
Because you always swing your arms to jump.
No, yeah, but not
backwards.
Not one arm backwards. Thing is, what he's done is
I believe he's feeling for the opposition is the term.
But he knows where Foley is.
He knows where he is, but he's feeling for him anyway.
Yeah. Foley's got his hands on his back. He's jumped and he's elbowed him in the air. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know if he's meant to elbow him, but he's definitely meant to connect with him to get him off.
I've just seen a replay of the Souček goal again, and it's as bad as described, but I didn't realise at the first viewing, Souček from 3 yards out has actually hit it against the goalkeeper's foot, and that's made it loop over the goalkeeper while he's led on the floor. Tell me your luck's not in without saying your luck's not in.
Yeah, that's it's not going to go your way that tonight, is it? Foley getting strapped up there.
Very terrible.
It is proper Terry Butcher. They use black tape now instead of white, so you can't see blood.
Yeah.
Who's that? TP on his jacket.
Tom Piatek, the chairman.
Oh, because it came up on the screen.
Yeah, I'm not that knowledgeable. I'm just slightly ahead. So if you ask a question like that, I'm going to be able to get the answer.
It was the badge, because the badge looked green. I thought it was Plymouth. I was like, why is he there?
Scouting for next season.
Yeah.
What players they could pick up on the cheap.
Well, that's not an attractive hat there, is it? Can we see any Barrow Dans? Is there a Barrow Dan in there? There's not. Christ almighty. Not a full set of teeth in sight in that place, is there? Christ almighty. If you took a screenshot there and took it to Tesco's, it'd come up as potatoes on scanner. Like it would just.
Oh, dear me. So you're a well-versed, knowledgeable chap when it comes to all things League Two. Let me ask you a question.
Not this season. I'm completely out of luck.
Not specifically this season. Let me just ask you a general question, and this can go for anyone else who has shown enough interest in the division over a small amount or a long amount of years.
Yep.
What's been some of your most memorable even moments or games that don't involve your team?
Oh, do you know something? So you're going to hate this because
it's anti-Swindon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on.
But it's the Port Vale second leg.
Oh, fuck off!
No, but there's a reason. So for me, we'd only been going a few months then.
Yeah.
And so it kind of. That was like the first playoffs that we went into, and it was everything that, as a neutral, you kind of wanted, a team coming from behind, going in and doing what they did. But so much came from that game for me. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we had Jack Payne. Jack Payne then told the stories about the night afterwards, which then led to Harry McCurdy coming on, and it led to us being. That was the first.
It started the build to what you've become now.
And not only that, that was the first game. I don't want to say where they started showing, because they didn't, but the cracks at Swindon and the ownership, they were formed that night. That's where the weaknesses within the ownership started in terms of publicly. Because obviously there were things going on behind the scenes that we didn't see, but things that were happening, that was where they kind of couldn't hide it anymore. So yeah, for us, it has literally, I think my entire time doing this has been on a trajectory of that game.
Okay.
So what about you?
So I would generally say I'm a big lover of the playoffs. I know there's a lot of people that don't like it for one reason or another. They say it should just be the top teams go up and such like. I love the drama of the playoffs, especially if we're not in it, because I can just enjoy it. And if you think back, it's very rare that when you think that a playoff campaign is 5 games in total, it's very rare you have 5 poor games. As in, you get the 2-legged semis and the final.
Yeah, I thought you meant 5. I was like,
No, sorry. Yeah, so you get 4 semi-final games over 2 legs and the final. Mm-hmm. It's very rare you have a bad set of 5 games. Yeah. There's always something chaotic happen, and I am a big fan of the playoffs, and I can think back to, generally speaking, like if your team's not in it, you might skew the years up of who were in what year. Yeah. But if you say to someone, "Oh, do you remember the year such and such played such and such?" You'll probably say, "That was the year this happened," or "That was the year this happened," or "Such and such broke out this year," because something always happens. I love the playoffs, but equally. was it 2 seasons ago now, where I agreed to do the lower league challenge of going to a game
You
live
did,
that
yeah.
wasn't mine, and I went to Mansfield Rochdale.
Yeah, you did.
And that was I really enjoyed the occasion. I really enjoyed going to a League Two game that didn't involve Swindon.
Yeah.
Just to sample what it's like again, because we get wrapped up in our own team and what we feel should be happening all the time.
Yeah.
So it was nice to just be able to kind of sit there, take it in as a game of football, but know that there was still something on it because I was familiar with the league. I knew about the teams. I knew what was happening. It wasn't like I just rocked up to, I don't know, a game in the Championship or a game in League One where I hadn't been focusing on the league to know what was going on. And it cemented my love of a certain goalkeeper who, even all these years later, as he carries on getting older and carries on not playing for his current club, I'm still desperate to see the Swindon shirt one day.
And he's such a good guy. But he genuinely, like, the fact that he was in that Rochdale team still astounds me. Richard O'Donnell is an absolute warrior. What's your favourite League Two game that does involve your club then? For anyone who's checking up, it is still 1-0, but Tyler Smith's broke. He's on the edge of the area. He's taken a
good tackle.
Yeah, very good. He took a touch too many. And that's a great challenge. Arrow have got it back. Yep, sorry. What's your favourite ever League Two game involving Swindon?
Oh, that's tough. See, I'd probably have to go back some to maybe it would probably have to be sort of the Canio era. If I'd rather that's it seems like a cop out because obviously that was the all conquering Swindon team really that year.
I know it. You got promoted at ours. You won the league at ours. I had to watch the Canio fucking dancing around on pitch at Bradford.
I'd rather pick something like in these times of hardship, a bit more modern if I can. Favorite League Two game. It would probably have to be in that playoff season somewhere, wouldn't it? That a couple of years ago.
Again, we have against us, where you were 1-0 down or 1-0, and Jack Payne comes on and wins the penalty, and you win it.
No, I'm not having that one as one of the games. I don't think. I'm just trying not to pick one that was accidentally League One in error. I'll tell you what, it certainly wasn't. No game against Warsaw.
What about the one where you sold out their ground?
No.
Ben told me about it.
It's always cold. I don't know why. I'm always cold in Warsaw. And until this year, I was never someone who feels the cold. But for some reason, I always get cold in Warsaw.
Just one thing, because I'm plugging for sponsorship here. Have you tried this?
I haven't. I heard you talking to Liv about it before I joined them.
I work for these five, you know.
I knew that. We've discussed that.
Yeah.
Although, unfortunately, I'm the wrong person to be plugging that to now.
Why?
So I haven't actually sort of spoken publicly about this yet, but I have. Stuff is serious. Don't worry. But this, in the last few weeks, I've just been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So
okay. So it is something. That is what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
So it is serious. Oh, that's shit.
You know, I'm not saying got cancer or anything.
No, yeah. It could be worse, but it's still
I've
bad.
just had my first. I've just had round 4 blood tests to prove the diagnosis, and I've just had my first consultancy meeting today. So since my birthday, basically, I've been suffering with headaches since the start of the year, and I've never had headache in my life. So I eventually, under duress, because I promised my mum that I would, I called 111, and they got me into a thingy clinic. And the doctor he ran all sorts of tests on me, and he couldn't find a reason for my headaches. And just as I was leaving, he did another test. And for anyone who doesn't know how this works, basically I can give you an idiot's guide now because I have no idea how this stuff works. But he did the prick my finger test to get the blood to come out. And the science behind it apparently is a normal human's sugar level would be what they call a 6.5 or below. And when he tested mine, I was an 18, which is very high.
Okay.
Now, what I've subsequently found out, as West Ham go close to a second, is there's two different types of blood test you can have. You can have the prick the finger one, or you can have the needle one. Now, obviously, most people know that, but they test two different things. The needle one, they can test the blood, and that sample can tell them basically what the last 12 weeks has been like.
Right.
The prick the finger one is instant. Now, I didn't know I was even going for a blood test on this first one. And as I've walked into the clinic, I've drank a cherry Coke. So that's really not helped my cause.
So is yours, because I don't understand diabetes.
Okay, so there's two types. You get type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is the really serious one where you have to inject yourself with insulin. And type 2 is still, they obviously still serious, but it's the lesser of the two. So I'm not spending time in hospitals. I'm not injecting myself, and I'm about to start a regulation of a type of sort of medicine that I can that I can just do myself at home type thing.
So the thing that I never understand about diabetes is I thought it was that you can't have too much sugar.
So technically, yes, that's the thing behind it. But so again, I've got a bit more understanding for the first time in 7 weeks now, because I've had this consultancy thing today. And how the lady nurse, who I have to say, because the NHS gets talked about a lot, the nurse is the first person I've spoken to in this process who was actually really nice and really helpful at my GP's. So in essence, yes, it is about the sugars. So the first doctor who gave me the level 18 rating said, until you can speak to someone at your GP's, I need you to cut out fizzy drinks, chocolate, cake and biscuits indefinitely. Well, for me, that was fucking hard to do, just immediately, bang, gone.
No, I'd be like, can you just is euthanasia an option, doctor? Can we just...
But basically, so she's explained it. So for me, at least, in my current situation, oh, by the way, the subsequent blood test, she told me today, the average that I'm at now is an 11.4 rating. So it's still too high, but it's not
as high as that cherry Coke.
And they say roughly a level 20 is where you start moving into that type 1, where you do need the hospital visits, you need the insulin injections, just in case you're interested.
Okay.
So as it stands now, I have, with the exception of one day, well, 2 now, because it's my son's birthday and we've celebrated today, and I had some ice cream after my carvery. And when I say ice cream, I had the big ice cream with the Smarties and all sorts of
things. It's like when you got a pizza and you get that ice cream.
So 2 days in the last 8 weeks I've had off plan, if you like. But I haven't struggled without the fizzy drinks. I haven't struggled without the chocolate. I haven't struggled. The thing I have struggled with is replacing it with something else. Like, I'll be honest, I am bored of eating cashew nuts and raisins now.
Yeah. Well, boring. So we do a range of healthy drinks, right here.
Yeah, the problem I've got is any drink that says 0 sugar or diet is nasty.
Yeah, no, it's not none of that stuff. But we do have some very.
Sorry, I was just going to say, how big a fan I am of Iron Brew. It's the Scottish roots within me.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you've never tried it, Diet Iron Brew is the most vile thing in the world.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, because there's something. Yeah, the thing that's missing. Well, the sugar.
The sugar
is what makes Iron Brew nice. Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying you do a range of healthy drinks.
Yeah, when they say healthy, so that there's some very nice, well, they are no sugar or low sugar at least, but they don't taste like shit.
Well, while you're looking for sponsorships, I'll happily take some samples.
I'll get you some samples, don't you worry.
West Ham are 2 up.
Are they who scored?
Mr. Danny Dyer.
Mr. Danny Dyer. Whitfield's just not got onto the edge of a crossfield ball there. Being honest, even since Carlisle have scored, it's still probably been better for Barrow. Carlisle will be the happier of the two at the minute, with Breeze taking the goal kick upfield. Who's under it?
It's just head tennis at the minute.
Yeah, still think Niall Canavan is probably the best centre back in the division. I think he's just quality.
So going back to your question, now that I've kind of rounded the story.
Yeah.
While yes, the general consensus is sugar. The lady nurse explained to me today. She said so. It's all about starting to make better choices until we find what's right. And I'm like, okay. So she said, first of all, let's talk about obviously dietary wise.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. She said, do you have a lot of energy foods? I said, well, what are you classing as energy foods? She said, jack potato, pastas, rices, that kind of thing. So your carbs, basically. And I said, okay. So I said, well, out of those, I do have pasta fairly regularly. She said, okay. She said, well, the thing to do with this is still have it because you need these things to survive, to function as a normal person. But she said, for example, when it comes to your pasta, reduce the amount and bulk it out with something else. So, for example, still have your pasta, but put veg in with your pasta and then whatever else you would have with your pasta to bulk it out. So you don't feel like you're missing out. You're not going hungry. Cheese is an option. I don't think it's necessarily the best option, but it is an option. And go like that. And I said, okay, that makes sense. She said that for people particularly with diabetes, then you need to reduce your carb because that will reduce your sugar, but you need to add in more things like protein. I said, okay. So we got talking and I'd said how it was my son's birthday today. And she said, what are you doing to celebrate your son's birthday? I said, wow, you'll be well pleased with this. Taking him out for dinner and he's chosen a carvery, so I've got no issue having meat and veg tonight.
There you go.
I'm on to a winner already.
Don't tell her about your pudding.
Yeah, I didn't say we were having pudding. By the way, that's an awful goal to concede the second one for Leicester. Terrible goal. Good night for
Leicester.
And basically, yeah. So from there, it was just a case of load up the carrots, broccoli, etc. And just have a few less roast potatoes. You don't need 20 roast potatoes. You can survive on 10, that kind of thing.
You can survive on them, but do you want to survive on them? For my dinner today, I had a bowl of roast potatoes.
Good luck. Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Do you have type 2 diabetes?
Maybe one day. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
This is the thing. So again, I can roll back the weeks now. So when I went for this first test, I phoned my mum to tell her what was said, obviously, because she said, let me know how it goes. And I said, I'm never taking your advice again. She went, why? What's happened? I said, I walked into that doctor's with a headache and I came out with diabetes. She was like, that's not my fault. I said, well, 1, genetics.
Yeah.
And 2, before I did what you said and called the doctor, I only had a headache.
Yeah. And now, thanks to you making me ring the doctor,
yeah, now that I know about it, I've got to do something.
I can't have a crunchy. I've lost the privileges of having a crunchy now.
So yeah, and then she said, if you don't mind me asking, I said, look, if we're going to be having this thing where we're going to be talking regularly about it, I'd rather you know whatever it is you want to know. So would you consider yourself a heavy drinker? I said, oh, that's an easy one to answer. I said, no. I said, I'll be honest, I drink more these days than I did, but I only do it socially. So if I have a planned night out, I never have alcohol in the house. I'll never just have one with dinner. It's only if I like a fool's night out, for example, I will drink. And she said, okay, well, again, it's about making the smarter choices. I said, okay. She said, so your beers, lagers, and ciders have more sugar in them. So if you can avoid them, do. I said, right. So you're talking shorts then. She said, the easiest way to remember it is the less colour in something, the less sugar in it. So if you could stick to things like vodka, well, as you all know from previous discussions, Liam, I'm a double vodka Red Bull kind of guy. So that was absolutely fine for me.
So you got to cut out the Red Bull.
So far, I've been told, eat more meat, eat more vegetables, and drink more vodka. I'll be just fine.
I drank 2 glasses of wine while making my roast potatoes.
Yeah, she said, do you ever drink wine? I said, no, I never drink wine. I really don't like it. She said, we don't even need to discuss it then. Well, apparently, of all the alcoholic ones, wine's the worst. Which would make sense because grapes are sugary, aren't they? So
yeah, but then you can eat raisins.
Yeah, you can eat grapes. There's other processes in wine as well, isn't there? Let's be honest.
Yeah, feet.
I mean, I'm not so sure. Again, when she says avoid those, one day you'll have a fool's night out with us and you'll see the volume of shots that are consumed. I'm not necessarily sure they're the ideal, but yeah. You know, it's about making sensible choices. Half time in this game as well, by the way.
Half time, yeah. So it's still 1-0 to Carlisle. I thought that I try and be sensible on a night out. And what I do is I don't like to queue. As British as I am, and British is a staple, queuing is a staple of British culture. I don't like queuing. So when I get to the bar, I will get myself 2 drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And why wouldn't I? I've got 2 hands.
Yeah.
What I've found, however, is that I drink twice as
Double
fast.
the amount, yeah.
Yeah. So
because you don't want to look like you're double parked.
Yeah, so I drink. So in the time it takes everyone else to drink their 1, I've drunk 2, and I'm back at the bar queuing anyway. And then I have a thing with mixing drinks where I'll be like, I'm going to drink this tonight. This is my drink. I'm going to stick to this. And then I'll see someone else drinking some. I'll be like, what's that? Can I try it? I'm going to get one of them. So I actually, do you know, I never used to be sick drinking. For the
I've never been sick drinking, and I've never had a hangover.
I don't do hangovers, but the last 3 times I've been out, I have thrown up.
Tacticals or enforced?
Well, it weren't my choice on the way home last time. I had my head out of the taxi window. And then I got home and I sat down on the bed and started throwing up on the floor. So Liv's gone and got a bucket. And then I'm sat there and I'm doing it. And then I'm like, oh, I laid down and I went to sleep. And the next morning she went, that went on for so long. And I said, it went on for about 3 minutes. I said, I threw up and I was done. And I went to bed. She went, no, you threw up. You fell asleep, sat up. And then a bit later, you start throwing up again. And then you went to bed. She was like, you were sat up for ages. And every now and again, you just go, So I wasn't in a great position. Here you go, 5-bit advert. What's this AG1? Can you drink this?
Would you want to? It looks rancid.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's coloured. It's green.
It looks like it's made from toad semen.
Oh, boom! There we go. Nice little toad.
But yes, probably.
Yeah, question that's come in. What is your favourite away ground you have been to?
Yeah, I was going to say, I apologise. Like that conversation took a weird turn because you were trying to get an advert sponsor for Pepsi, and I've turned it into this whole thing about me, and then the whole chat's just gone quiet. I was like, oh, whoops. And
you know something? I still, for the life of me, cannot taste the difference between Pepsi and Coca-Cola.
Oh no, you definitely can.
I can.
No, I can drink. I will happily drink both, but Coke has a completely different taste to Pepsi. I don't understand people who say you can't taste the difference.
I genuinely can't. If you put them in front of me, I wouldn't be able to tell you what's what.
To answer Dale's question, however, my favourite away ground. I mean, Leeds was obvious back in the day.
No.
Do you know what I enjoyed? Was Swansea. When I went to Swansea,
the Liberty or the Vetch,
Liberty's the current one,
the new one. Yeah,
Liberty.
Yeah,
it not long opened.
Yeah, same with us. We lost 1-0 to what was he called? He ended up going and playing for Leeds, centre midfielder, skinhead, played as a number 10, Paul. I'm gonna have to Google it now. Like 2007.
In peak era for me as well. Swansea player that went on to play for Leeds.
Yeah. He did definitely go and play for Leeds.
It's going to bug me now. Hang on, it's half time, so I can switch this off and check.
Was it 2006, 2007? I think it might have been 2006, 2007.
Played for Leeds and Swansea.
Dun, 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 dun. Robinson. Andy Robinson.
Oh, Andy Robinson.
Yeah, Andy Robinson. Wasn't Paul. Andy Robinson. Yeah, he left Swansea and went and played for Leeds. Yeah, Andy Robinson, he scored. I remember him scoring. He scored right in front of us. Yeah, we lost 1-0. 9th of September 2006. It's nearly 20 years ago. That's upsetting.
Mental.
Yeah, it's mad to think. So yeah, Andy Robinson. It was in the year that he went on to Leeds. He's now playing for Rock Ferry Social.
There you go. All right, one for you then, and obviously open up to the chat as well. Not necessarily strictly League Two, but what are the sort of caliber players that would make your all-time EFL Legends team? Like, they don't have to be the best players who ever played, but your EFL Legends. And just to give you an idea, the two that always jump out to me for this was Dean Cox at Leyton Orient. Absolutely love Dean Cox at Leyton Orient. And Lee Trundle. Even though he went on to play for Bristol City, which I'll never forgive him for, Lee Trundle will always be a cult hero in the EFL for me. Yeah,
Lee Trundle's number one. Lee Trundle is number one. Are we saying players that just kind of personified the EFL? So not players that if you name them, they're known as Premier League players. So like they can play in the Premier League, but when you hear their name, you think EFL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you've got players who have like gone all the way with, say, Southampton, but they've not really done anything in the Premier League with Southampton, that kind of thing.
So is there a formation?
No. I mean, obviously, we're not going to go one goalkeeper and 10 attackers, but we can go as we go along and work it out.
Right. Okay. See, I'm a sucker for a journeyman.
Okay.
And I really am, and even the ones that aren't necessarily like world beaters, but Barry Conlon up front with Lee Trundle.
Nothing says EFL.
Yeah, the thing is, I could name 10 attackers for my team, because I'd also argue for Peter Thorne to be in there. Kevin Ellison. Out of the ones you said, Ellison would be the one for me that I would put up there with Trundle so far. Yeah, Ellison is he personifies League. He is Mr. League 2.
By the way, Billy Sharp is a great shout there as well.
See, but I think Billy Sharp.
Elite?
Yes, I think Billy Sharp did enough at the top end. I'll be brutally honest. I don't count the Championship.
Don't count the Championship.
No,
we're talking proper League 1 and 2
League
players.
1, League 2 players.
So would Dean Lewington make it?
Yes. MK Dons, Dean Lewington, 900 appearances. Yeah, he has to. You can't.
You know, the one club man who also played for Wimbledon.
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
But he never got transferred. It's let's have a think.
At least we've got a defender.
Yeah, we've got a defender. Christ almighty, I'm thinking on goalkeepers. Who to put in as a goalkeeper?
There's so many good goalkeepers.
But who kind of personifies it? Do you know?
The problem is a lot of the really good goalkeepers end up moving up.
Yeah, I'm going to check if this one did, and I don't think he did. And a lot of people might not remember him. But it's Stuart Nelson. He plays for, ironically, he currently plays for Cirencester Town.
Oh,
yeah. He's from Cirencester. He's from Stroud.
Ben's neck of the woods.
Yeah, but he was. I remember him at Brentford, and I remember us playing Brentford away, and we beat them 2-1. And this was the season we got relegated from League One. And he was, for me, he was just like, I wanted him to play for us. I always wanted him to play for us. And if you look at it, I mean, I'll read you his list of clubs.
Did he journeyman it as well for you, just to keep your love of?
So he started at Cirencester Town, okay? Millwall, Doncaster, Hucknall Town,
nice.
Brentford.
Nice that he went down and back up again.
Yeah. Well, how far down did he go? Because I think at that point, Donny will have been down there, won't they?
Yeah, but not Hucknall down there.
What level were Hucknall at that point? Mind you, I don't know what. He was kind of these weren't loans either. He was just kind of dropping him in and out. Hucknall Town, Brentford, Leyton Orient, Norwich, Aberdeen, Notts County, Gillingham, Yeovil,
Bloody
Crawley,
hell.
Dorking, Sutton, Dover, and back to Cirencester. He is
Been around.
yeah, but you know what? He should have played so much higher, but he didn't. For me, he was. So yeah, I'll go with Stuart Nelson.
So I have two that jump to mind. One of them I'm not sure you'll allow, but we'll see how we go. So the first name that the second name that jumped to my mind is it Jordan Archer, who I can only ever remember playing for Millwall. But he seemed to be. But every time I saw him play, he was a really, really good goalkeeper. I can't remember if he was actually as good as I remember him being. I can't remember where else he went. I just seem to remember him at Millwall and being very, very, very good.
Fiver.
Yeah.
He went to Oxford. Just have a think before.
That's all right. You can't. At the end of the day, there's plenty of players gone to Oxford.
Do you know why I mean, obviously you can have him, but do you know why I don't?
Well, I don't want him because I want my other choice, but go on.
He's only 31.
Is he?
Oh, yeah, he's only 31 years
Where is
old.
he now?
He's currently at Portsmouth.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Shows how much I don't pay attention to League One, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's only 31. For me,
how old was he at Millwall then? Because that feels like ages ago.
21. 10 years ago, 2015 to 2019, he played at Millwall.
Wow, okay.
But yeah, like for me, it's like, yeah, he was the goalkeeper when we played him at Wembley, I think, when they beat us in the final. But no, I think that when I think of it, I'm thinking old school. I'm thinking players that have been there and have kind of finished their career. But yeah, who's your other one?
My other one, I want to say, and this shows how easily forgettable or how bad my memory is of this. Is it David Bentley, who you'll tell me if it's right, because I know that will make you think of someone else.
Yeah,
the Southend goalkeeper who ended up in the Championship.
I don't think it's David Bentley. Dan Bentley.
Possibly.
Yeah, Dan Bentley.
I want to say bald head.
He ended up playing
also
where?
Played for Oxford. I want to say it was Southend when I first noticed him.
Yeah, Southend United.
And did he end up at Millwall as well?
No, Braintree, Brentford, Bristol, and Wolves.
Oh, maybe it's not him then.
If it's him, he's only 31 as well.
No, fuck off.
I swear to you, it's 31.
I mean, I'm just going to search former Southend goalkeepers at this point and see what comes up.
What year will it have been?
Well, I mean, it must have been in the last decade plus for me to remember.
It's got to be him then. It's got to be.
Darryl Flahaven, what a player.
Yeah, it's got to be Dan Bentley. He's a goalkeeper.
Yeah, but why would I remember? Again, how have I managed to pick out a fucking Oxford goalkeeper and a Bristol goalkeeper?
I mean, he's currently at Wolves in Premier League, by the way.
There's no way.
Yeah, he is. He's currently at Wolves.
Fuck me.
He's currently at Wolves.
No, I don't think it is him.
He's played 3 times in Premier League for him this season.
No, I don't think it's him. I think I'm thinking of the wrong person.
He was at Southend from 2009 to 2016. But he didn't start playing for him until like 2012.
That's a long time as well. It's going to bug me because I'm sure this goalkeeper was bold. I'll keep thinking.
Yeah. Let's go to defenders then.
So we've got Lewington on the left. It's whether he's playing the left of a free or actually left back where he's supposed to play.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be biased and put Stephen Darby on the right.
Yeah, I'll back that.
I'll put Darbs on the right. Centre backs. Good old fashioned shithouse centre backs. How far back do we go?
Well, are we saying 2000s plus? So we got 25 years
since it rebranded. So 2003, 2004, I think, when it rebranded. So
Danny Shitu,
yeah, but would Danny Shitu be counted as
Matt Rose,
that? Rose, yeah.
Clark Carlisle.
Clark Carlisle's a
Just because I'm
very
looking at
good-
Carlisle on
Yeah.
the scoreboard.
Clark Carlisle's a very, very, very good shout. But the thing, like, Danny Shitu never played below the champion. No, sorry, he did, but like back since it became League One stuff, he hasn't played.
One name that does stick out, and it's probably because I remember his very, very early days as well. We're probably talking just before the rebrand as well. Possibly, I want to say Forest was where he started. Chris Doige,
Who was up at Hibs? Christian Doige?
No, not the striker, the centre back. Spent a lot of time in Northampton. Just DOIG, not
DOIG, not DOIGE.
Yeah.
Yes. He's retired now. He was at Notts
He's
Forest.
a coach somewhere.
Became a coach when he retired. He's assistant, or he was assistant at Shrewsbury. I don't think he will be. Yeah, no, he left when Hurst got sacked in November.
Right. But he would be someone I would put in that category potentially. The fact that he's still playing, does that rule out someone like an Aidan Flint, who's done it at all levels of the EFL? As much as I'd hate to pick another Bristol player.
Kevin Ellison's still playing. We can't not have Kevin Ellison. So no, I think Flint you can go with. Midfielders, I would. I'm again biased. I'm going to throw Gary Jones in there. I think he 200 plus games, maybe more for Rochdale. Came to Bradford, got promoted, took us to a League Cup final. Like that's
proper CV for that conversation.
Sorry, that is 500, just short of 500 games for Rochdale. And then you're looking Swansea, Barnsley, Bradford, Notts County. So I think that Gary Jones is for me, but obviously disagree if you like. Wingers, they're what I like. Old school wingers.
Winger.
Yeah, old school wingers. Who can we go with? We are joined.
See, this is the sort of thing that Ben would specialise in, but only if they played for Swindon.
Hang on, Ben. Let me try and get you in here. Good evening, Benjamin. How you doing?
Evening. How are we, gents? Are we all right there?
Yeah, absolutely cracking, mate. We're having a discussion, Ben. We are currently building our EFL team, like our EFL, so Leagues 1 and 2 team of all time.
All time? Ooh.
Yeah. So from when it rebranded, so 2004 onwards. So to talk you through it, did we agree on a goalkeeper, Fife?
Well, yours are both
still
so
playing
far.
because yours are still playing.
Yeah.
Fife is only 31. I went with you. Might remember him, Ben Stuart Nelson, who was at Brentford and went to.
Oh yeah. Is that the goalkeeper?
Yeah. So
yeah,
I went for him as keeper. We've gone with Lewington
and Darbs.
As the fullbacks. Centre backs, we've gone with, even though he's still playing, we went with Aidan Flint.
You know, I was just thinking his name, yeah.
And who was the other we went with, Pfeiffer?
Well, we said Clark Carlisle might be a shout.
Carlisle. Yeah.
Clark Carlisle was a good shout. Just trying to think if any of the... Because are we going for players that could have gone on, or players that have done most of their careers in League Two?
So what we kind of prefix that, Ben, is when you say EFL, who comes to mind? So they could have gone on to do a bit better, but these are people that epitomise what the EFL is and has been.
And if you say their name, even if they've gone and played in the Premier League, if you say their name, you don't think, oh, they played for Leicester in the Premier League. You think they played for Barrow.
For example, we've already.
I've got you. I'm with you.
Properly, we already decided that the attack is pretty much going to be Trundle and Ellison.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
has to be.
fair enough.
Lee Trundle, like Lee Trundle could probably get into most League Two squads today.
Lee Trundle was amazing.
Bits, by the
Lee
way.
Trundle was amazing. Honestly, he was such a talented. The
He was
skills on
so
him.
far ahead of. He was so far ahead of the game. Was Trundle?
So I've just brought up a list of players with the most appearances in the EFL. Now, what I've then done is I've sorted it by seasons active to bring up the slightly more recent, so we're not getting players from like the 70s, 80s, and stuff.
Right.
Would Akinfenwa have been up there as well, though? We didn't go for two.
It was a great shout, by the way. If you go 3 up top,
we could go for top, but 3 at middle. Because I've said Gary
imagine
Jones,
Trundle, Ellison, and Akinfenwa.
Yeah, I said Gary Jones for a centre mid, but then we've got 2 wingers or 2 more centre mids.
So all of these players on this list have had a minimum of 500 appearances, career appearances.
Right. Okay.
I'll skip through the ones who I don't think even warrant a mention because they don't come under our criteria.
Carlisle are in. Ooh, it's blocked there.
I'm going to get that game, by the way.
Conor
1-0
Hourihane,
Carlisle,
I think, is too high up. Naki Wells won't make that team with other much better strikers.
No. So Naki Wells doesn't make it because I don't think he epitomises like League One, League Two.
Yeah.
But I don't think that aside from Trundle, I don't think Akinfenwa or
when I say better strikers, I mean in terms of being classed as elite EFL.
Yeah. Because I don't think Akinfenwa or Ellison have ever reached the potential that Wells did. For me, that's bias, incredible bias. But I watched what him and James Hansen did. It was dirty.
So first 2 names on the list that possibly don't make it, but worth mentioning: Marlon Pack.
Oh, Marlon Pack's a good player. Yeah.
Again, but I'm loath to pick another Bristol player.
Yeah. Lee Trundle was Bristol City when he. But you've got
Liam Sercombe. Do you know what? But again, he had a couple of great years in League One, but I think I class him more Championship. Barry Bannon.
Yeah,
Barry Bannon's a good player, but I always Championship.
Jordan Rhodes, I was classed as Championship. What else we got on this list? George Boyd, was he Peterborough?
Yeah.
Stephen Quinn. Richard Keogh, again, I would probably class more Championship.
Yeah,
funny, wasn't it?
There's loads of players that you'd say. I'm thinking lower leagues, really. That just
it's like Brett Pittman.
Brett Pittman's up there. He's in the, but he's not moving into our top 3. But Brett Pittman in his day was outstanding.
See, Bradley Johnson, I only ever think of Leeds in the Championship. Cole Skuse.
No, see, it just doesn't
feel
right.
No, it doesn't feel right.
Ashley Williams doesn't feel right.
Who's our playmaker? Who's our number 10? Who's our playmaker? Who's creating the goals? There's got to be someone stand out that played 3-4 games in lower league.
So here's the thing. If we weren't saying that we're trying to avoid players who make you think Championship, the instant name that jumps out there for me is Peter Whittingham. Absolutely sensational at Cardiff.
Oh, he was great. Oh, R.I.P. Pete Whittingham, but he was quality at Portsmouth. Absolute stunning player, Pete Whittingham.
Again, Dave Nugent, but you're talking Championship.
Yeah, Championship.
James Coppinger.
I think I'm friends with Pops on Facebook.
Yeah, no, he's worth mentioning. He's worth mentioning.
And David Nugent as well.
Who else have we got on this list?
You could have said Billy Sharp as well. Was up there? He's on the bench.
So here's an interesting one because this player does make me think EFL, despite the fact he did well enough in the Premier League and even internationally. Ricky Lambert?
I think I see him as Championship.
Okay.
Yeah, I associate him in a Southampton shirt, scoring lots of goals in the Championship.
By the way, Will Grigg is a great shout.
Will
I
Grigg.
I don't think Will Grigg did enough. I think if it worked for that chant for with in the Euros, wasn't it? Or
Mike Duff.
No, see, it's similar to Grant Holt.
Clint Hill.
No,
Clint Hill.
Again, I don't see these as like. It's like
Effie Sodji?
Effie Sodji, absolutely. Obviously, you were at Huddersfield, but do you know who's won? And do you know I think I'm going more shithousers.
Go on.
It Ian? I want to say Goodson, who was at Tranmere.
Tranmere.
Yeah, and I remember him absolutely. I'm sure it was Ian. It's good, definitely Goodson. Yeah, Ian Goodison. I remember him basically committing an outright assault at Valley Parade.
Jamie Currington?
And I hated him. Again, I think I'm thinking about.
I mean, you don't get much more journeyman for your dream team.
Yeah, I know. But then you go back, you got Jason Punchin.
Yeah.
Jason Punchin, I know he went on and did it in Premier League, but like I remember him when he were at, I want to say Barnet.
Nicky Forster would fall under that as well.
Yeah.
But we're going a bit further back in time at this point.
So are we playing wingers or are we playing a three-man centre mid?
If we've got three up front, then you've got to play like a 2/8 and either a 10 or a holding midfielder.
Yeah. So for a number 10, just behind the three up front. Somebody that everything would go through. I don't know.
Tough one, isn't it?
Somebody that didn't ever need the pace and could just the thing is that for me, I would have that, especially towards the back end of his career. I'd have had Ellison as the person sat behind the front.
I'll put him in
Well,
there.
you can do that. Yeah, you can stick him there and go top.
You can go two up top, have Ellison behind him, and then you can have.
I mean, 2/8 behind Ellison.
Well, no, you could have 1/8 and two wingers. You're playing a
1/8,
diamond.
two
You could play a diamond midfield, couldn't you?
Basically, you're basically going kind of a 3-5-2, but diamond there.
So Gary Jones for me would still be the CDM because he could do it. But then we could do narrow wingers.
Who's the
Barrow or him? It's blocks.
They are in. I don't disagree with that, but just for the benefit of the discussion, who is the best CDM in your opinion in the EFL or Leagues 1 and 2 over the last however many years? Who's a properly good CDM?
Hannah's joining us. Hannah, good evening.
Hannah, you've come in a very, very strong discussion here.
Yeah, you need to bring in your knowledge, Hannah.
Well, I forgot that you were on StreamYard, despite the fact that I could see you all.
And that you click the link.
Now I'm there on Twitter, like, where is the request? Yeah.
So Hannah, we're currently building our League 1, League 2, like greatest ever side, but we don't necessarily mean greatest as in talent. Best. We mean players that when you hear, you immediately associate with Leagues 1 and 2. Like, so
yeah, because I had the Clint Hill discussion and Will Grigg.
Yeah, because I don't think Will Grigg has done enough in his
career. Will Grigg doesn't get in ahead of who we've put in attack anywhere near.
No. So in attack currently, Hannah, we've got Lee Trundle,
Bayo Akinfenwa,
and we've got
Ellison
Ellison just behind.
And then do they have to be? Hang on, do they have to be good as well as notorious?
No.
It helps. It helps.
Where's Mike Fondop in this whole
He's Mike Fondop is numbers 1 to 11 in his team of Mike Fondops. Like he would cover every bit, but he is. So yeah, but basically we've gone for. I've gone for journeymen. Because I like players that you'll speak to someone, you'll mention them, and they'll go, "Oh, you played for us," and you're like, "I fucking never knew you played for them," like that sort of thing, because you don't realize how many clubs they've played for.
Well, it was like that. We were talking about Dean Windass last night, and like
Dean Windass is up there.
See, I rate him too highly in the pyramid.
Yeah, so they can't be a player that when you think of them, you imagine them playing Championship, Premiership, like
right.
Yeah.
In terms of a career that's what am I doing? I'm still trying to put the actual game on. How are Carlisle winning?
Do you know
very good goal?
Yeah, it's a phenomenal goal. But yeah, Barrow have been the better side overall. But you know, it's you take your wins, don't you, if you can get them. Yeah, so like it can be a player that's played at a higher level, but it's a player that when you say their name, you don't think about their higher level. You think about their time in the EFL. So it's like Windass would for me, because obviously he played for us Premier League. I can't see him as anything else, and he obviously was there with us in the Championship, and so yeah. But again, do you know one? You might not remember him, Andy Booth. Obviously, he's not
Andy Booth at Huddersfield.
Huddersfield. He's not getting in. He's not getting in above the ones that we've put in. But he is
Sorry.
Ooh. he is an EFL footballer. Same as Barry Conlon. Hannah, you and Barry Conlon, you were at Stockport, weren't you? At some point. Big Baz. I remember we used to go, Big Baz, Big Baz, Big Baz, Big Baz, Big Baz. And then he'd go and do cocaine with fans on a night. I remember we Michael Balding is another one. We went and we did an audience with night with Michael Balding when he was at Bradford, and it was the same season where Conlon he'd been caught doing drugs with the Bradford fans on New Year's Eve. He always used to get injured game before Christmas, but there were pictures of him at a house party in Bradford with some fans, and there were like lines and stuff like that. It was quite dodgy. And I remember we were sat there and people were asking Michael Balding questions, and I were only, it'll have been 2007, 2008. So I was 20 and I put my hand up and it was my turn. And I was like, have you ever been on a night out with Barry Conlon? And his face just dropped, because it must have been like a club brief of, you can go and do this thing, but you don't talk about this. And I was like, you ever been on a night out with Barry Conlon? He didn't answer. He's just face dropped. But Michael Balding, he's another one that would personify it, but again, it's bias. We've gone for Stuart Nelson as a goalkeeper, Hannah, who was at Brentford, Gillingham.
Every club by the time you finish.
Then he's from Stroud.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I heard this in the car on the way up. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was a Stroudy, and that's literally up the road. So half hour.
He's for Cirencester now.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah. He started his
career
there.
Plastic pitch. The lovely little stadium, actually, little tiring ground. They got plastic pitch.
He's one that should have played higher.
Yeah.
I think he's Barrow making a substitution now. That subs board is far too bright for my liking.
I think I'm behind. What are you on?
63.
I'm on. 63-43.
I'm on 64. 32.
The Carlisle goalkeeper, he just got off from 1973. That big old haircut he's got on.
Yeah. Fuck me, Hannah's about a year in front of me.
It makes a change though, doesn't it? It's got to be a first.
Yeah, it does. I'm going to reset my stream.
It might be because I'm watching it on actual paid for Sky Sports.
I watch it on actual paid for Sky Sports, but through the streaming app.
Yeah, I'm watching the streaming app.
Mine's whatever it would, like Sky Sports Football Live. It's not Plus or anything.
I'm on 64.
I'm using Sky Sports streaming app too, because I've got the other game on the telly, so that's probably why I'm a couple of seconds behind.
Carlisle.
It's the midfield we're struggling to agree on, because there's so many
it's the midfield. There's no one. I'd love to say someone like Matt Ritchie or someone like that, but then he had one Scottish Swindon and then Premier League. Yeah.
But we need wingers at this point. We need 2 wingers. That's what we need. We need two wingers that personify EFL. By the way, Carlisle's goalkeeper looks like Cal the Dragon.
He does a bit, Carl the Dragon. Yeah, God, he's fucking hate him.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, so two players that kind of.
By the way, I'm still throwing in Dean Cox as an option. I know he's more of a 10.
Dean Cox.
He can play on the wing.
Yeah.
Oh, the Orient player. Dean Cox was
absolutely loved
quality.
him at Orient.
He was amazing.
I've said this, and we did this way back when on one of the first like proper episodes of Fools back in the day. If you could have any player from EFL history wear a Swindon shirt, who would it be? I always said it'd be Trundle and Cox.
Yeah. Just thinking back, Lee Peacock's also right then. You can have him playing centre back or up front. Lee Peacock is a legend.
He's got a brother. He's got a brother called Drew, hasn't he?
I knew that was coming.
Oh, I didn't fall for that
That's
one.
what she said.
It was hard not to. That's what she said.
For God's sake. Best wingers.
Let's just not play wingers. Let's just have 5 strikers. I'm gonna put Peter Thorne and Barry Conlon in there as well.
Oh, Peter Thorne.
See, Peter Thorne is the one that for me could
take Akinfenwa out.
Could take Akinfenwa out. However, Peter Thorne, realistically, if you're looking at it, you'd probably say championship.
Yeah, he's second tier, Peter Thorne. Gets the ball, scores the goal. Peter Thorne.
So can we park this because it's going to get frustrating. But a question for you: your ultimate shit 11 players that always seem to turn up at clubs.
Jamie Curran,
Bruce Dyer. Like players like that, players that you don't understand how they are footballers, but they just are.
These players just finished fifth at Swindon. Jamie Curran had an illustrious career.
That was the point. He turns up everywhere except us. Elliot Benyon.
Fucking hell. He's going to got quite a number of these.
Free kick just outside the box though.
Tony Thorpe.
Yes. Oh God.
In fact, look, well, let's not do that one because we could name a lot of players and it'd probably just become insulting. What about players?
Yeah, we still want to do interviews, so don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to complete that Swindon hat trick. We're not gonna get that Swindon hat trick if you just start slagging every fucker off. Right, okay, Hannah, this might be a bit harder for you this season, but we'll go with a flat 4-4-2.
Old school.
This season's best 11. You can only choose one
no
player.
one's from Swindon, so don't worry.
You can only choose one player from one club. You can't have multiple players from the same club.
Okay, so it's got to be the Notts County striker.
Jatta.
Yeah.
Or McGoldrick.
Jatta.
You going with Jatta over McGoldrick?
Yeah.
I think I would as well.
McGoldrick's done against Swindon, but he's not. How many goals has he scored this season?
It's not. McGoldrick's got something like 11 goals and 6 of them are against Swindon or something.
Yeah, it's just.
I think
90% of them are in the 90+ minute.
I would say Jatta has been
the games.
For me, Jatta has been the better striker.
And in both boxes as well, because of his size, it'd be useful defending and going forwards.
You've got to put Cheek in there, haven't you, surely?
You've got to put Cheek and Jatta in the top 2.
Okay. Can just on the previous question, can I put this season's Newport goalkeeper? Because he's fucking terrible.
Oh, I thought
Townsend.
Townsend, that's the one. Absolutely awful.
Yeah, he's dreadful. He's got so much stick.
The only thing that's stopping him being the worst goalkeeper is the fact that we still have Bycroft.
I was just going to say, you're kind of discounting Bycroft there, who is absolutely terrible.
That kick.
So, Okay, so flat 4-4-2. So goalkeeper. Who's the best goalkeeper in the league? And bear in mind, if you say a player you're taking his team out of the rest of the.
Well, you've got to look at who has the best defensive record and start there, haven't you?
But does that then eliminate a better player upfield?
Yeah, no. So I'm not saying you pick the team, but I'm just saying that's where you start. You look at the teams with the best defensive record because they're not conceding goals, and say, is that goalkeeper the cause, or are they just really well?
Well, you say that. Look at the Barrow's back two are arguably two quality centre backs. They've got Barrow. I'd say they get most teams. They've kept them from being where we've got like I quite like Wright, but he doesn't make it up there. I know you don't really like him, but I don't think he. I think he's the
reserve squad. Wright is struggling to make the reserve squad. He is not getting anywhere near team of the year.
No, he's not.
To allow it. I will quit the show if you lot decide that Will Wright is getting a team of the year.
No, I'm not saying he deserves to be on it. I'm saying Barrow back to either Caravan or the other guy's name were completely.
See, you were talking about him earlier as well.
Caravan.
Canavan, that's it.
Yeah, but I've said it since he was at us and he left us to go to Barrow. I still believe Niall Canavan, as far as like a centre back, he's everything you want at League Two level. He ticks every box. He's a shithouse. He's big. He's got technical ability. He's just everything you want, and I still think he's just so solid.
Who did we last do one of these for? And I was watching. You asked if I could sign any of the players. It would be them, and I instantly said the centre back. And I can't remember who it was now.
There's that one that Harry Smith elbowed, which is the other one whose name I can't remember, and it's Canavan.
Yeah, it was Barrow, Fifey. We were watching Barrow because Ronan was at the game.
Doncaster.
No, it was
Barrow
Donny and Newport.
Was it Newport?
I don't remember watching Newport.
When we had,
I feel we were watching Doncaster and someone.
It might have been Doncaster and Barrow. Who was it?
Donny scored 2 goals in like 30 seconds, and it was the key. That second goal was hilarious.
Which, by the way, their player Donny's has to be
Molyneux.
Yeah.
Yeah, Molyneux's in there. I've always rated him. He always does well against us.
Right. I'm going to argue for Bobby Poynton to go on the left.
Fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that then takes all of our.
That's Bradford and Doncaster gone.
No, but I could put Bradford players in any position because I feel like we've got.
We're not. We'll all agree on points.
We're own one.
Yeah, Poynton is. I mean, he's getting better and better as well. Who
are we picking from Walsall just to take them out of the equation?
Are we allowed to pick up then? Who's their player that's gone back?
Nathan Lowe.
Yeah.
You can't have Lowe. We've already got 2 strikers, haven't we? We've got Jatta and Cheek.
Oh, we're playing football too.
Mickey Demetriou from.
Yeah, Mickey Demetriou in centre back. Yeah, absolutely. Stick him in there. Unbelievable player.
We're going to Demetriou and Canavan.
Canavan, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
If we'd not
they're not going to score, are they? They're going to finish 1-0.
There'd have been an argument for Oluwu at Donny if we'd not put Molyneux in, but you can't not put Molyneux in.
You've got a player,
fullbacks.
Actually, who's that Walsall fullback? That right back? I've forgotten his name. It's pretty good.
Oh no, we haven't done Walsall player, have we?
We haven't done Walsall player. They've got that right back.
This is the thing, right backs, you don't really notice, do you? You just don't notice.
Unless they're a wing back.
No, do you know what? McGregor. Fuck it.
No, he's not the best in the league.
Yeah. Because no one notices another right back, but every club so far has spoken about McGregor.
If there was an under-20 league, he would be the best. But he's not the best.
No, it's you're thinking about Liam Gordon at Walsall.
Is it Gordon? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Gordon.
He is good though, Gordon. To be fair.
Yeah. There's no way that you can justify a Swindon defender being in this team. There is no chance in hell.
No. The best argument we've got is Harry Smith because the effect he has on games in both boxes, but he doesn't get into the best he doesn't get in ahead of Cheek or that not a great player. So he's on the bench. If we're having Swindon.
I should know this, but how's Stefan Negru done since he came back to? I mean, I know that Salford aren't in the form that they were in before Christmas, but how's he done?
Don't know. If I'm honest, I've heard nothing.
No,
nothing at all. We're playing.
The fact that you're not hearing anything tells you everything you need to know.
I know, but his stats were insane, weren't they? And I wonder whether we only heard a lot about it because there was chatter about him being recalled and subsequently recalled.
Yeah, I think. Well, we're playing them Saturday, so I'll let you know.
Okay.
12:30 kickoff.
We've got them Tuesday. I'll let you know as well.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out. There's a bit of argument that's going on off at the bench there. Right, so defenders, we've got Canavan, Demetriou, Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
We need one more. We need one more defender.
We're going on the left this time.
Yeah. Although Gordon can play both, I do believe. So we can.
We're depending. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is irritating. See, I've put point in him, but I would argue that Brad Halliday is the best right back in the league. But obviously we can't have him.
It's your rules, Liam.
It is my rules, I know. I'm wondering whether to sacrifice Poynton.
Halliday's more experienced. I'd have Halliday Poynton because it's easier to find attacking players, and Poynton is still young.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Because I couldn't remember, but I want to say the Grimsby player who's top of the assists, is he not a left back? Denver.
Do you know when I said I'm not really with League Two this season?
I can't remember his surname, but I only remember Denver because it's a place in America.
See, here's the thing. Right? You could argue Denver Hume.
Yeah.
So we can argue and say 10 assists he's got.
From left back.
Yeah. But Grimsby, as a club, have got a -2 goal difference, having conceded 48 goals.
What formation do they play as standard?
I think they play a 5 at the back.
Right, so there's plenty of people there to help him to stop conceding.
Well, exactly. There's plenty of people there, and they're still conceding 48 goals.
I don't think you could blame the left back in a whole back fight.
He's got to take some blame. I think if we're building.
Okay, but let me flip it the other way. You want a successful team. He's set up 10 goals for this club that can't defend.
Yeah, but we're not playing a 5. We're playing a 4, and he's not going to have the freedom to go upfield.
Oh, you haven't seen some of the greatest left backs of all time, if you think that's the case. Some of the best left backs ever have played in a 4-4-2 and bombed on.
Roberto Carlos.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's just argue this, right?
Yes, let's compare Denver Hume to Roberto Carlos.
So let's tell you what.
Grimsby fans, let us know.
No, wait. We're not talking about Denver Hume and Roberto Carlos here. We're not talking about Denver Hume, Roberto Carlos, and Ashley Cole here. What we're talking about is that Ashley Cole had John Terry, right? Roberto Carlos.
You give Denver Hume John Terry, and I'm telling you.
Yeah, but we're not giving Denver Hume John Terry, are we? We're giving him Mickey Demetriou and Niall Canavan. That's the issue.
The League Two John Terry?
Well, if we're going to have a Grimsby player, George McEachran has been a superb at CDM. Yeah.
He's been for a lot of their players.
Someone just because he used to play for Swindon over.
He was good at Swindon. He had a good first few months at Swindon, then tailed off. But Grimsby, he's one of the first names on the team sheet, and they love him.
Yeah, he's
scored an absolute cracker. That goal he scored, bang,
he'll probably be their player of the year. But yeah. So we're still stuck on this left back situation.
I think the fact you're saying we're stuck on the left back when we've put forward the top assist maker in the league is outrageous.
Well, we'll get Roberto Carlos in there, you know.
We need defence. He's not going to have the freedom to push forward, is he? We can't afford to give him the freedom to push forward.
No, cleared. They're not scoring. Barrow are not going to score. I'm saying it now. This game is finishing 1-0. No, Barrow are not scoring this game.
This is where we see Niall Canavan get sent off, ruin our, or get absolutely mugged. Right, let's park left back. We'll come back because what we'll do is we'll work out which teams we're going to have left if we go.
Yeah.
So we've got Molyneux out on the right.
Oh, bookings for Barrow.
Molyneux on the right, Poynton on the left.
And we got McEachran CDM.
McEachran as a CDM, well, as a centre mid. One more centre mid. What can we do?
Caravan's just been booked.
Oh no, it's coming.
God.
Oh, he's absolutely cleaned him out as well.
Yeah, I just watched
I haven't seen it yet. Let's have a go.
Oh, this is
Here
such a good tackle.
Oof. Oof.
And that is why I say Niall Canavan epitomises everything that you want at League 2 level. Because you are not getting past Niall Canavan. You can put the ball past him, you can be faster than him, but he'll just kick fuck at you and you won't get there.
Big fuck off League 2 kick, that. Fuck off.
Bradford lad as well. Bradford lad. You can tell as well, can't you? Do you know when you can look at certain people and you just know they're from Bradford?
You look like Bradford.
Yeah, you've got the smell of Bradford on you. Niall Canavan is everything Bradford.
Yeah, that was a good kick, wasn't it? He's just like, you ain't getting past me, mate.
Yeah. Oh, look at that old man with walking stick who stood up out of his wheelchair just there. Yeah, I tell you something.
Yeah, you benefit. Oh, let's hit again. Yeah, you're getting your benefits, mate.
Yeah, I'm reporting you. I'm on website as we speak. Right, so we need one more centre mid.
Mark Hughes as the manager at Carlisle.
Yeah.
Are we having a manager as well? Manager of the season. It cannot be.
It can't be. Well, we'd have to go with Holloway, wouldn't we? Let's be honest.
Yeah, there you go. There's my Swindon man. He's affected Swindon.
Because if we
have
players from other teams,
we can't. Alexander yet.
No, because we can't. We've got Poynton.
Oh.
So but yeah, don't get me wrong. It could be Alexander. If we catch Walsall, holy shit! Like, do you know what? If it was anyone in our position, I'd be praying that they catch Walsall just to see the fall off. But I was saying, Hannah, and Ben, you were here, even me and Fife, who were talking. Because obviously we kick off at 12:30 on Saturday. Mm-hmm. By the time Walsall kick off, we could be 4 points behind them, and that will be the most pressure they've felt all year.
Wow.
There'll be 1,300 Swindon fans at that game this weekend. It's going to be absolutely buzzing. That game is going to be, and Swindon aren't going there for a point. They're not going there for a point. That's going to be one hell of a humdinger.
When you
never
think
know
how much of a gap they had,
I know.
Like, it's absolutely. I mean, I know it happens, but still, it's staggering.
It's that thing of as well when we kind of look at it. My view on it is that Walsall will be looking at it as we haven't caught them up by being good. We've caught them up because they've been shite. And they'll know that it's their performances that have brought this pressure on. And I think that adds more pressure. If we're 4 points behind them on Saturday, when they go to kick off, the pressure on them is huge. It's first time that anyone's been breathing down their necks all season. And if they lose, if Swindon beat them on Saturday, anything can happen. I've said since I started doing this podcast, I've never seen Bradford win a league in my lifetime.
I don't think anyone at the Football League's ever supported Swindon Town as the unity before as well.
Yeah, I think everyone's wanting a Swindon win this Saturday.
That's never happened.
No, but yeah, it's like we're playing really good football at the minute, and it's nice to see. And do you know what? It's just nice to have that. It's nice to be in that position where I'm now looking at it going, if we make the playoffs this season, I'll be really disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're going to be able to, if you're where you are, the form you're in. If you don't make top three, then you're going to be gutted, ain't you? Because I remember like having seasons like that, and the last thing you want is like not playoffs. I don't want the playoffs. Don't want the playoffs.
In it because for us to drop out and get playoffs, we'd be in poorer form, which then puts us in a negative.
It's the whole anti-climax thing as well. The team that just made playoffs in seventh on the last day of the season against a team who's just missed out on automatics, psychologically, you're in different places, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Russ, the Mansfield fan, earlier because he tweeted out saying that he hopes we come up because he misses Bradford away. And I was like, you're a bit optimistic, you pal. Because you should be wanting us to stay down at this point.
So I can reacquaint myself with Harry again. We'll go meet up.
Oh, Harry's not in a good way at the minute, is he, Hannah?
He's not, bless him.
The first half of the season, or when they were doing quite well, because I'd always said, oh, you'll go up to League One and you'll be the whipping boys. And every week when they were doing all right, he used to put in our group, he used to go, thought we were going to be the whipping boys. Thought we were going to be the whipping boys. Anyway, now they are the whipping boys. He's gone silent.
Yeah, no, I cheered him up with sending him Chesterfield updates, which cheered his weekend up a little bit. He was very pleased with that. But
I honestly think that Cambridge and Burton will just kind of regress to where they were. And
it's about time. They've had that fun.
Yeah, how many points did he say they needed, Liam? Was it like 13 or I can't? It wasn't a ridiculous number. And I, looking at the fixtures that they had coming up, I could find more than that, like on a, a relatively weak run of form. So I think they'll be all right. But
they said, didn't they? Like Clough said, I can't see where the next point's coming from, and that's a worry for me.
That's bad for the manager to say that.
Well, it's like Steve, Blackpool have just won at home after they hadn't won since September, and they beat Crawley at home. But Steve Bruce said, like, I don't know where the win was going to come from, because they weren't. But
that for me there, Hannah, is there's a difference there in that Steve Bruce didn't build this squad. Nigel Clough has. This is Nigel Clough's team, and he's saying, I don't know if I can get these to win a game. I don't even know if I can get these to draw. And I'm like, when it was before the Wrexham game, because I watched it. It was they said it when he was coming out onto the pitch, that he said that Clough has said he doesn't see where the next point comes from, and I'm like, that you can't say that.
Don't want a manager saying that.
Being honest, they deserved a point against Wrexham.
Oh, is he? That was free kick. I didn't see that.
Yeah, and in a minute he'll like bounce up like he's risen from the dead.
Well, we've all seen Carlo Dragon's TikToks, haven't we? So we know how it goes.
Yeah, he can do one. So fucking hell, Barrow letting the side down,
Keeps it exciting at the bottom end, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, do you know what? It livens it up, because I've seen the names linked with Tranmere. One of them is Ryan Lowe. I was thinking, how they're never bagging Ryan Lowe. He's favourite.
Connor Jennings.
Connor Jennings is another one. Connor Jennings is a Mr. EFL.
Yeah. Connor Jennings. There's a good one. Stick him in there.
Tranmere will be fuming tonight. If they but what are they? Is it 3 points ahead at this point? Would they be 3 points ahead?
Well, it's 2 and 3, isn't it? Two of those three teams of Morecambe, Carlisle, or Tranmere. 2 of them are going down, and the one that stays up are very lucky because they've been shit.
So I'm going to say, if there was ever a pure advocate for 3 down, it's the current bottom 3 in League 2.
I hope they bring that in next year. I really hope they bring that in.
If it stays as it is, I believe this is updated to say that it will be Carlisle 26, Morecambe 26, Tranmere 28.
28. So Tranmere could be in that bottom 2 by the end of Saturday.
How the hell have they not dropped in the bottom
Carlisle? No, because Carlisle and Barrow are playing tonight. So no. But next week they could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben, 3 up, 3 down will never come in because League 2 clubs get a vote.
Do they?
And why?
Yeah. Like asking turkeys to vote for Christmas.
Although if it's a vote of so essentially the 24 National League teams and the 24 League 2 teams, if it's a majority vote, you'd think that there would be, wouldn't you? Because every National League club's going to vote it. And being completely honest, if you are a League One,
if you're Morecambe or Carlisle right now, you might be going, especially if you're Carlisle, because they probably won't fancy being in this mess next season. And if they go down, which is quite a big possibility, they want that extra spot, don't they?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be voted for in the season. It'd be voted for during the end of the season. But what I mean is, if you're a team that is confident you're going to go up, because everyone agrees it should be 3 up, 3 down, but you don't want to kind of put yourself in that position of being one of those 3 that go down. If you're a team that you know is going to push, that's mad. If you're a team that's pushing at the top end of the table, let's just say a Notts County, for example, all it takes is 1 out of our 24 teams to say yes, and then the majority is in the yes column, isn't it? Problem is, we've never had the vote. It might surprise us. They've never put the vote to the clubs, have they? But I don't understand why we get 4 up. Being honest with you, I don't know why. Why does League 2 get 4 up? Was it?
I like it. It's like the playoff spot for the League 2 club that keeps the season going a little bit longer. But
did it make? Is it from when the league used to be regionalised? Do you think it had to be 2 North and 2 South go up? Because it used to be League 2 used to be regionalised, didn't it? So could it be that? Could it be that League 2 clubs, they needed 2 North and 2 South to go up? So it kind of worked that way. But yeah, I don't know. It's a strange situation. I still find it bizarre how the National League North and National League South divide moves, depending upon who gets relegated and promoted. And then you end up with teams that are practically down near Swindon that are classed as a National League North. Yeah, it's bizarre. But no, this could be this could be a big week. Could be a huge week.
I'm just having a look, and the answers on the internet to your question seem to say yes, it stems from the day when it was regionalised.
Oh, right. Okay. So it's from regionalised. So I'm guessing it was two northern, 2 southern up.
Although I look, this is where the internet wins. Someone's asked the question, and you've got people who have gone through the history and why it's like it is, and the question is phrased: can anyone explain to me why League 2 is the only one where 4 teams get promoted, and someone's just gone because 4 teams get relegated from the league above?
It's not wrong. He's not wrong. He is not wrong. So I'm guessing then it was, when it was regionalised, there was a League 2 North, League 2 South, 2 from each division went up, and then when they merged them, they kept it as the 4. But it would have made more sense to just say it's 3 at that point, wouldn't it? And just keep
to match everyone else.
Yeah, to match everybody else, especially if they were no longer regionalising it. It does a really big sense. But behind you, 4. Oh,
Carl the Dragon, man of the match.
4 go down from the National League, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, because they go down into regionalised. So 2. But again, so 2 into each league, isn't there? Right.
Which is when you then get the issues where someone who spent 12 years playing in the Southern Division all of a sudden has to go in the Northern Division because all Southern teams have been relegated.
Yeah, and that's they've got to change their division altogether because and without getting promoted, finish mid-table and end up in a different division. I can't believe Carlisle have won this. I know it's not over yet, but it's
there's no way of all the chances Barrow have had. They're not going to get an equaliser. It's just one of them days, isn't it? It's a scrappy, dirty 1-0. But it's like, they got Hughes in, and fair play. It's his first win.
Big Leslie. I still can't believe he's gone to Barrow. No, sorry, Carlisle. Just can't understand it. Because when he was at Bradford, he was kind of the attitude of he was too big to be in League 2 then, and now he's at the bottom of League 2. It's like the offers are just dried up, haven't they, completely? Hannah, that's a very pink sleeve you've got there.
You're suggesting that we now have a direct comparison between Mark Hughes' managerial attractiveness and my dating history. The offers have just completely dried up.
I thought you were going to say at the bottom of League 2.
Well, possibly that as well.
relegation
No,
battle.
I'm essentially playing non-league at the moment.
Just in pre-season friendlies.
Amateur.
Whatever you search, Fife.
Nice.
Yeah.
So should we get Ronan on full time? He's gonna be a happy bunny.
Oh, I was thinking about him earlier. He won't be in a good. Well,
He won't because he hates Carlo, doesn't he?
Ooh.
Yeah, he does hit Carla. That's a backhand, isn't it? He's caught him.
I'm
Well done,
deep,
Robbie
yeah.
Gotts. Robbie Gotts has gone straight through in. Beautiful. I love Robbie Gotts for doing that because, yeah, Jackson's.
Oh, yeah, no, he's paid back, didn't he? Because he handed him off and then he went through him.
It's not even him that he handed off. Gotts has just done it for him.
Mm. It's just we're gonna lose, so have it.
Yeah.
Frustration.
There's gonna be some wild celebrations at full time here, isn't there?
Yeah.
Mark, he's going to go full Scott Lindsay. Yeah.
He'll pop his hip.
Oh, he's up now.
This is the only team that Carlisle have beat twice.
Oh, they've done double over Barrow. Oh, Rose in better mood.
Yeah. Look at police outside waiting for it. Oh, do you know what? Barrow Dan. You can cry into your
the mirror guys.
sunshine.
Barrow down. Be crying from there tonight.
Oh, I just got what you said.
They've won it comfortably, ain't they? They're not even.
But they
Carlisle
haven't.
going to pitch invade.
It's still bottom, lads.
That's what Wrexham fans were talking about. Did you see the post yesterday from Wrexham fans before the game? Are we pitch invading tonight?
Oh,
and I was like, even their own fans were going, no, it's the Pizza Cup. I'm like, yeah, but how often do we get to go to Wembley? And it's like, what do you mean? How often do we get to go to Wembley? Like, you're not there yet. And then they go and from 2-0 up, they go and throw it away and end up losing on penalties. And do you know what the best part about
the
that
shittest Peterborough team in a decade?
Well, yeah, not only that, it's probably that missed penalty is probably Paul Mullins' last ever kick for Wrexham. Because he's not going to get back in the team, is he?
And
no,
an
he's done.
expensive kick as well, because for everything we say about the Pizza Cup, the money's good for it.
Yeah. It's very expensive, yeah.
They want a pen. They're screaming for a pen. They're not going to get the pen. Have it!
No,
what a tackle!
There's some very Mansfield-esque exuberant celebrations.
Is there some knee sliding in the corner?
I've not seen any knee sliding, but the backroom staff are giddy as fuck. That's the technical term.
Giddy as fuck.
Oh, Mark Hughes.
Oh, yes, big celebrations.
Double. Oh, bless him.
By the way, when you get a chance to see the goal that won it, it's a goal worthy of winning a game.
I'm sure they'll replay it in a minute, won't they?
It's a very good technical
it must be
goal.
Awful to be a Carlisle fan.
Well, Andy Huang's honeymoon period is well and truly over, isn't it? There you go.
The police, you see the blue lights flashing already.
Why are they playing music like this for them? They're playing like proper upbeat dancing music at Carlisle, Barrow for Carlisle.
Funny. I've got sound off. But...
They're playing Ed Sheeran, Bad Habits.
God, that's fine, isn't he? Bad Habits. You just lost that. Bad Habits, haven't they?
Oh dear. Oh well.
Well, good on Carlisle. They've made the bottom three thruple interested, haven't they? They lost today. That was pretty much them gone, I think. But They're still fighting.
Big turtle.
Tell you what,
big turtleneck leg there.
that shirt sponsor on Barrow's shirts, the placement of it going over the submarine still really annoys me.
Yeah, I like the little submarines on the shirt, but yeah, the sponsor doesn't sit right.
They just should have put a white box around it or like left like the reprint. First world problems.
Right, lad, you don't won the league, lad. It's a good away win and that, but
Ben, it's an away win against their
local rivals.
Ben, we said it earlier. Just the 89 miles separates these two clubs. It's just 89 miles between them, Ben.
Ben, you say that, but for the last few years, we've been claiming Newport as our local rival.
Yeah, it's still close to that, and they're in another country. Still closer.
No, it's not.
But it's still like an hour away.
It's hang on, I'll tell you how many miles it is. It's not 89. It's
we didn't do that against Newport.
Isn't it awkward around there though because of the lakes and they're like
but they're coming from above, aren't they? So it shouldn't really matter.
I don't know.
No, it is 84 miles. So to give you some indication, it's 84 miles.
2-hour drive.
Yeah, it's only 105 miles to Bradford from Carlisle. When Carlisle, when they played Hartlepool, and they consider that a derby, that's 95 miles. They're actually, believe it or not, if I just come here, you've got Fleetwood, you've got so many clubs that kind of would be considered closer. Middlesbrough is closer than Barrow. It's not the lakes, it's the mountains. It's the big massive lake district, the big mountain range and stuff. They've got to go around to get there. My mum's looking at moving up there.
It's cold as well. Pretty though. You've got Lake District and all that's pretty.
Yeah, so we're
on to Saturday. Big weekend of football. Turn this up. Oh.
Bad habits need to
Oh, that's in my head now.
So what's coming soon on Triple L, Liam?
Can you guys know more than us a minute? Hannah's back off holiday.
Hey!
That's what's to come.
Yeah. We've got the. I don't know. We're going to get back. I know from March we're looking at getting back to normal weekly stuff. Fingers crossed we can get some normality, some structure to what we're doing. The sugar's wearing off now, guys. I don't know if you guys watched the beginning of this stream, but I was fucking bouncing when I was on my own for the first 20 minutes, Hannah.
I really killed the atmosphere by joining him.
Well, it wasn't that, but I was doing actual commentary as well at one point. But I was firing on all cylinders. I had, by the way, Hannah.
What's that?
Strawberries
cream
and cream.
soda?
Strawberries and cream.
God, that's
Pepsi.
disgusting.
That must be minging.
It's not. It's nice.
Oh, that's horrible.
Do you know what? You should have a glass of that. You put a dollop of vanilla ice cream and make it afloat.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? You're talking like that's a problem. I don't. What's? They do also do a cream soda version of this as well, Hannah.
Oh no!
But yeah, the strawberries and cream.
Soda's nice.
You do like a weird bitty drink, so don't you, Liam? I seem to remember being on a show a little while ago and you had the weird.
We discovered pineapple Fanta on the transatlantic cruise. I can't remember. I think it was Spain. It was either Spain or Portugal, one of the two. And then we found it in Home Bargains the other day. It was very exciting.
That's a proper home bargains type of drink, that isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
And I let Charlotte buy like 8 cans of it because she's really excited, and I thought it was 49p, and then it scanned through the till at 99p. So I wasn't that happy about it.
£8.
I know, for pineapple Fanta.
Oh, I thought you meant 49p for a pack of 8. I was going to say that's a great deal.
I wish. No, I was feeling
I'll drink it
benevolent.
at 49p for a pack of 8.
Get all the ones you want, Charlotte. Do you want an extra couple? Yeah.
Oh, well, guys, before we go, let's just end it the only way we know how.
Essentially, they just wanna watch you piss. Essentially, they just wanna watch you piss. Essentially, they just wanna watch you piss. Essentially, they just wanna watch you piss.
Guys, while we were gone, Hannah was involved in a horrific burns accident. Melted her face off. The cameras in her toilet set her off. Hannah,
at least you don't have to go to Swindon. Hannah, did you ever go to watch Swindon last season?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
did. You were at Swindon last year. If you went to the toilet, we've probably got you on video somewhere.
I know, that's why I'm now anonymizing myself.
Hannah, when you speak, does the mouth move? Oh, no,
there's a little video of her.
Hannah, just saying, there's a whole fetish you've just
Yeah.
you've just given some people some material there by doing that movement, wiggling your mouth and then sticking your finger in the mouth hole.
Disgusting. I'm just trying to multitask.
Yeah. What can you explain the mask? Is there a reason, or are we just going to be left to work?
It's an LED, and then it's got like icy things here.
Is it for migraines?
No, I've got something else for migraines.
Is that? I thought that'd be like a tanning thing or something for your skin.
It's like it's skincare. Like the LED penetrates the
I
like.
think my brother
layers
has
of your
one.
Because you look like some sort of weird Avenger.
There's 3 different color settings, and each one does something different.
Yeah.
Oh, Fife, you got one.
My brother does.
Anna, can I borrow it? Because we found out at the beginning of this stream that I have a wrinkle on my eye that's so bad, Fifey thought I'd been cut open.
Oh shit! No, these are the migraine ones. Hang on, they're brilliant. It's turned into like QVC gadget time.
Well, Hannah's speaking directly from us from the year 2050.
Is it plugged in, Hannah?
Pardon?
Is it plugged in?
No, no.
Oh,
how come it's lighting up?
Oh,
it's
got battery.
Like, a control thing. But then these get like they've got like massagey things in there.
That's cool.
And it goes hot, and it plays music. So they're like they used to be really expensive. They were on sale at Christmas, I think. But yeah,
very nice. So if anybody hasn't seen the new Purge film, we're delighted to be joined by Hannah Brown, star of the film.
See, I was going to go with Iron Woman.
No, you can't.
It's good. It works.
No.
I just don't use it enough, which is why when I was sat here and I thought we were finishing immediately after the
oh, you thought I was ending it with the music?
Yeah.
You shithouse.
See, for some people, Iron Woman's a superhero. For others, it's a command. Thank you for joining.
Do you know, if I said that on our show, I would have been crucified.
Do you want to know why, Ben? Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because I say it as a joke. You'd try and defend it. That's your problem. When they came to you about it, you'd go, I never said that. Right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the other side. Maybe, I don't know, I might look at doing something on Saturday if we've got the early kickoff. I'm not.
Yeah, up the squid.
So, could do a watch along of. I could do a watch along of the Bradford game and then straight into the Swindon game. Maybe.
Hey, I'm quite happy to ring in from Swindon.
You do
Have
that.
both the boys with me. You can close up my ear, the noise. Hey, what? Last time we were there, we won. Hey, both times I've been on, we won. Let's make it free. Let's make it free.
Do it. Guys, we'll see you on the other side.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.